So I'm doing a collaboration today. It's called #GroundBeef, about all the different ways you can cook ground beef. We're doing it up a very unique and special way, so stay tuned. Okay, welcome back to the channel. Like we said, this is going to be a collaboration called #GroundBeef. All the different ways you can cook ground beef. Okay, so we're getting into the holiday season. Everybody's getting ready for turkey and ham. And we have a challenge here to collaborate with #GroundBeef. Of course, ground beef, ground beef is good. There's nothing wrong with ground beef. Who doesn't like a good cheeseburger, meatloaf, and meatballs? Speaking of meatballs, our #GroundBeef collaboration with Just Ate 8, and I'll leave a card to Judy Ann's website there and link down in the description. She challenged us to do a #GroundBeef. So what I decided to do is take a meatloaf recipe known as Blacksmith's meatloaf. I'll leave a card up here. You can go check it out. And I put a little twist on it, made it a little simpler so it could roll up to meatballs. But what I'm going to stuff them with is stuffing. The Sassy Kitchen Queen made a really great stuffing tonight, so be looking for that video. And I set a little bit aside, cooled it down in the fridge, and I'm going to stuff my meatballs with that stuffing. So it should come out pretty interesting. And on the outside, we're going to glaze it up with a barbecue sauce. And we're going to cook them on the Traeger at about 400, 425. And since the stuffing's already done, it's not going to take very long. So let's get started. Okay, here we go. We got about 2.5 or 3 pounds of this ground beef. It's mostly 80/20. For this recipe, really any old ground beef will do. You want to get a leaner one, get a leaner one. Otherwise, use what you have on hand. So we got here some of the spices that are already pre-mixed. Again, if you want to check out the spices that we use in this meatloaf that I'm using for these meatballs, go visit our meatloaf video. So we're going to dump that in there right there. A little moisture in there. So trust me on this. This is my favorite blend of seasonings for this meatloaf. You will love it. I'm going to put in some breadcrumbs. That's going to help it bind it really well. And Sassy loves this meatloaf, and so does everyone else that's ever had it. I've had Sassy's mom say it's the best meatloaf she's ever had. So now what we're going to do is a little bit of shredded cheese. Use any kind of shredded cheese you want. In this case, we got a Mexican style blend, which will do just fine. All right, so now get your hands in there. I'm wearing gloves because I just don't feel like getting dirty right now. And just mix that up. Check that out. So if I didn't know better, I was making a meatloaf right now, but it's not. We're definitely making some meatballs. So here's our stuffing that the Sassy Kitchen Queen made today. And I put it in the fridge to get kind of cooled down a little bit. It's already cooked, and I don't want to cook it a second time. Warming it up is great. So what I'm going to end up doing first is getting some of that ground beef. These are going to be meatballs, and they're going to be a little bit larger. So I want to be able to put them in there almost just a little bit bigger than a golf ball, and that looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and flatten that out. Okay. I'll take my beard and hold that down. Flatten that out a little bit. I'm going to take some of our stuffing. Good. And then I'm just going to roll it up. There we go. Okay. Voila. Okay, just gotta make sure we get all the little cracks. Okay. So I'm going to do, well, 3 pounds more. And I'll get back to you. Okay, as you can see here, we got these things very lightly painted with some of the Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. It's really good, it's sweet, but it's mild. Really good for this kind of dish here. You can see we got 10 sort of round hashtag ground beef stuffed meatballs using blacksmith meatloaf method with some of the Sassy Kitchen Queen's delicious stuffing right inside. So we're getting the Traeger ready. We're getting that Traeger up to the high temperature, and then we're going to put these things on. And probably shouldn't take more than an hour, I would say. We're going to be looking for an internal temperature of probably about 165.
Ooh, those look good, honey. Mmm, my favorite.
All right, here we are. So some of these didn't quite come out exactly the way I thought it would, which is okay. The meat kind of broke open a little bit, and that's all right. Isn't that beautiful? The other ones are really nice. That looks beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and cut into one. All right, oh, look at that. That is beautiful. So again, what we got here is blacksmith meatloaf burger mix, balled up. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of this barbecue sauce. Now we're going to bite into one of these. Look at this. All right, here's the hashtag ground beef. Oh man, that's so good. So you got the flavor of Sassy's delicious stuffing with that apple, kind of her own blend of seasonings there. And then you got that nice spicy blacksmith meatloaf on the outside with that Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. And I used some spicy barbecue sauce that you might see from our turkey leg video. Just a little dribble on the outside. So as you're biting into it, as you think it's going to be too hot, you bite into that delicious stuffing and it just cools it down. This is so good. Oh my. All right, these are so good, but you know what? I think we need a artificial taste tester here to decide whether I did this okay or not. Baby, give it a shot. Okay. So they exploded with goodness?
They exploded with goodness. I like the way this happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like little volcanoes of
Love.
love popping out of it. I think they came out really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
They look great.
All right.